Hello and welcome to another episode of me painting again. Oh yeah, we're painting again. And this time we've got this reference picture that I took. It's a sky, the sun was setting, so there's a bit of orange, and my car is just behind that tree there. Now the bottom bit's very dark because of the way your camera works. It was set for the sky but not for the ground, so the ground's dark, so we're gonna rectify that when we paint it. So we'll use this as our idea and we'll get started really. I'm gonna move the picture up here and we'll use it for reference. It's our reference. So I'm gonna go straight in for this. I'm gonna grab some bit of sap green. Might as well throw in a bit of brown as well. Brown and green. Sap green. And bit number that is. If you're wondering. I don't feel you have to use the same colours as me though. You don't have to. You can change things to the way you want it to be. So there's a guy delivering fish next door. He always beeps his horn. Oh, and there's a train. Wow. So we're going to start by thinking, well, there's a tree here. So we've got a tree here. And then... so we're just blocking like a tree shape. We don't have to have it exactly the same, because it's just reference. And then we've got a land here. And there's you can see, like, I might put a little bit of blue in with my colour. Let's get a bit of this blue in. A bit of blue in my colour, just to fade this out a bit, because you can see some background trees here. See, just by going lighter there, by just melting the colour away really, you create distance, and it's that simple. It is that simple. It's quite funny because there's been times when I've gone out with my paints and it's the air is so still and there's just nothing in the atmosphere. It's really weird when that happens, and I'm just throwing a bit of more green in this just to darken this, but we'll darken everything as we go anyway. This is kind of like, because I don't draw much when I paint anymore. I think, I don't know what happened, but one day I just thought, I don't think I need to draw. I think I can just paint now. And a lot of watercolourists and painters feel to keep the control, do an initial sketch. And so I would probably suggest, if you're wondering if you need to do a initial drawing, if you want the control, I'd suggest you probably do. Just for me, I just don't feel like I need to draw anymore. I feel like I'm a painter and I want to paint every little bit. No, I don't know. Maybe it's a progression thing. The more you do, the less you need to draw. And you manipulate the paints instead of drawing, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, let us think about the sky. Let us think about the sky. Now, the top of the sky, let me show you this. It's really dark, isn't it? Now, this is a good lesson here in itself. If you create a landscape and it's light at the base here, look how light it is. Look how dark it is up here. That flattens that out. Instead of it being a two-dimensional look for your eye, it makes it three-dimensional. It makes your eye go in automatically. So you do the same with the ground, have it light here and then get progressively darker, and then you get depth in your painting. Yep, it's true. It's true. So I'm using a bit of gouache now. You know me, I like to mix the mediums. Bit of gouache, bit of watercolour. And you ask yourself, well, why are you using gouache now? Why don't you use watercolour now? Well, you could do. Doesn't really matter, to be honest. They work well together. They do. So that's a bit too blue for me. That's a bit better. So the beauty of watercolour, watery mediums, watercolour or gouache, is you can put them on as a wash, but then you'll say, well, I can do this in oils as well. I could use a wash of oils and then make it thicker on top. And you're right, you can do it with that as well. But like anything, when it comes to painting, especially when it comes to art, creating art, there's so many different ways to do things, and they're all correct. So just consider this one way, one option that you can use. So of course I want to get progressively lighter as I come down. So simple for this is less paint. Less paint. Less paint or more water. And then as it dries we can sort of see what happens. I'm glancing up at my reference picture and I'm glancing at what I'm painting as well, and I'm thinking, which do I like? I quite like the idea of this. I'm moving a cloud. There's a great big cloud and I'm moving it here. So I like the idea of this tree being bigger, a bit more focally. And then it's a bit more blue down here. I might need to add a bit of white in with it. We'll do that later. We'll do the underpainting. This is what this is really, underpainting. Do the underpainting first. Let's have a look. Where have we got to? So I quite like that so far. I want to darken things at the top. Darken it. So I'll get some more of this gouache. You can see that, the gouache. I'll try and mix in these four so you can see. Otherwise I'll just move it along. So I'm going to throw some of this gouache in here and there. Here and there. And if you use a wet brush, you can pull it around and it softens. When you're doing clouds, you might want areas to be a bit softer. And that's good. It's good for the wet paint then. Working like a wet in wet approach. Like I'm doing really. It's quite wet. I'm using like a card. It's a scrapbooking card. And scrapbooking card is great because it's cheap. And if you're a part-time painter like myself, we can't spend all our wages on artist materials. We've got to pay for our rent or our mortgage or for our car, for our food, for all the things that we need to buy, that we can't spend it all on art materials, unfortunately. Because we like some art materials, we really do. So I'm at a point now, I've got a nice, it feels nice. The picture feels nice. That's when I start feeling good. Start feeling good when the picture starts feeling good as well. So I'm going to get some of this orange watercolour. I know, we're mixing all sorts here, aren't we? Bit of orange here, what's going on? Bit of this, I think it's probably cadmium orange. I'm going to get a touch of the red in it. Make it a bit more like it's sort of a blood orange, I don't know if you could see that. It's a bit more reddy, orangey. And we're going to put this in the horizon area. Remember, this is just the under painting at the moment. We're going to have to use a bit of gouache to sort that out, really. But it gives us a warm glow to start with. Right, now then. What I want now, as this starts to dry, there is this. Let's have a look at it. There's these really light areas in the sky, which look fantastic, and that's really hiccups. That's really why I took the picture, because I really liked all these light areas. So let's get some. We'll use some of this white. I'll make just dry my brush a little bit, just wiping the excess water off. Because the problem is when you've got a lot of water on your brush, you can't get that opaqueness as well. You want it to be drier when you're doing your opaque part. So I'm going to use the cadmium yellow deep, the really strong golden yellow. If you've watched the episode where I chat to Nathan Fowkes, he talks about using golden yellow to get that really nice, strong, sunshiny colour. And it works really well. So I like that idea, so got to use it. So we're going to have a look at this. I'm trying to feel out this picture. So there's some light there. Trying to feel out these really light bits. Some of it isn't as bright as others. So I'm going to get a bit of the yellow, golden yellow. Oh yeah, that's nice. Some of it's got an orange kind of tint, and then we've got a blue area as well. Some of it's got like a pink. I'm just going to grab a little bit of red. A bit more of the red in with my colour. It's got about a bit of a pinkness there. See that? See how that's got like a nice pink area. Pull that there. That can go there. Got a nice area here as well, just behind this cloud. Sort of a pinky bit around this. Something like that. That's kind of melting up into the watercolour. Well, the more watery of the paint, I should say. This has got a bit more of a pink to it. Start playing with it a little bit. Manipulating the colours. Getting a bit more red in my yellow. Because at the base it's got more of an orange look to it, so we'll pull some of that in. Don't worry about that area because we can add dark on top, no problem. just want to keep this area clean for the blue. There's like a blue strip, and I want to make sure I put that in. So I've got all kinds of shapes down here. All kinds of little shapes and where the clouds are all meeting and get all sorts of cloud shapes, and it's amazing what you see when when you're out there with your camera or with your sketchbook and you're looking at what's going on. I always find it amazing. The skies that I see are amazing, and I'm sat there marvelling at it. So I've got some of this colour. It's not quite there. I need a bit more of the red and blue in my light colour to get this sort of... There we go. Not quite. I think it's about this. Yeah, this is a bit right. Kind of mix in with this for areas that it's... And the clouds are a bit different. And here, let's throw that in there. We're sort of going behind. There's a big dark, when I say big, it looks quite small, but it's quite a big darkish cloud there, and we're going behind that. And then what we'll do is we'll put that on top. Yeah. So this way we can bring it all together, really. Bring it in all together. Just wetting my brush and going over this area, and that sort of mixes that up a bit. Get a bit more of this colour. It's really, I'm going to go a bit darker than that. Quite a dark colour now. I want to, I might throw a bit of brown in it. That's probably better. Bit too red. Get a bit of blue, yeah. Really dark. Because this really dark area is now going to bring out the light areas, you see. See the light and the dark. And oops. I'm twisting my brush. Couldn't speak. Twisting my brush when I do this. So I go like this. You get a different effect, you see. Whoops. My reference picture falling down. Yeah, you should twist. Twist it. It turns. Gonna get a bit of black. Use that. It's a bit of the darker there, a bit darker here as well. There we go. That's better. So it really starts to bring out the light then when you have it dark. Bit of dark here as well. And then we need this cloud here. So I use the corner of the brush. I'll be a bit more delicate. So I want this cloud to just sort of hug this light. It's hugging that light there. with friends, you see. So it's dark. We manipulate it to go up there, and then there's a little bit of a dark bit there as well. So let's just sit back and have a look. Always sitting back and having a look. I like that. Put a little bit more of this down here as well. And along here. Might have a bit there. Just to pull that out. Got to pull that out as well. Bit of water. Don't want to soften that. Right, now there's a cloud below here. I just dotted a little bit of white. Tiny bit of white, just to make this cloud a bit more opaque than it is. Or would have been. There we go. See how that just bleeds together, and I want to throw that a bit in there as well. Fluff it up a little bit. So you're allowing this paint, you allow it to work for you. That's what I kind of think when I'm doing it anyway. Thinking like we're working together, me and the paint, we're like best buds. So there's areas I want to just do some little shapes right there. So I want a little bit of the black just to darken this. I think we've gone a bit too light on this cloud. Okay, that's a bit better. I prefer that. Don't want that strong red there. Okay. Okay, so have a look at the whole painting, having a look. Now, I want that blue. So I'll just wash my brush. I'll get some of the white. So I've got white and blue. Let's see how this looks. That's not very strong enough. I think I'm going to get some gouache. Some blue gouache. There we go. Here we go. This one works well. This is the primary blue gouache. It works well. Used it a few times for skies when I'm out and about. Just a little bit. Tiny little bit. And with the white. Get a nice strong sky blue. There's a bit of ultramarine blue in with it as well. Okay, so we'll have the sky. Probably go a little bit more blue actually. Let's go a little bit more blue. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, that's a bit better. And it goes up here, around here, up there. And then to like there. We might go to there probably. And there's a little bit there. So that's the blue part of the sky, and there's some of this in almost anyway, in that cloud. This cloud here. I'll throw a bit of the blue and red in with it. This has got a nice coolness to it there. Something like that. It's got a nice cool blue, and there's a area. Some more of this white. And crimson. So I want to create this here. I think it might need more crimson in it. Because there's this bit here that needs a bit more colour on it. Like that. It's got areas. It's quite interesting actually. So I'm going to use like a little curvy strokes. Curvy strokes. That's a bit too light. That's better. Trying to get that perfect in between kind of colour that I wanted, which is about right. I can bring this up, put that up there. There's all kinds of little things going on. Might change that colour to this. This cloud. This cloud's a bit darker. Okay, and then underneath it's lighter. And then I want to create that colour. Yeah, there's sort of the orange glow I need to get, and I'm going to put in a few of these here that will show through when I put the tree in. See, it's all a bit of a game, isn't it? A game to see if you can beat the gouache and watercolours. It's a bit like that. It's a battle. It's a battle against the watercolours. I'm going to get a bit of yellow, yellowy orange in with my colour. I'm going to just do a few areas here. break up some of that. Okay, let's have a look at that as a whole. Yeah, I'm liking that. I think I'll put in my dark area and my orange. Just grab a brush. I need some clean white as well. So this, I'm just going to get some clean white. Keeping your white clean, it's important, because otherwise everything ends up the same. So I'll grab some of this yellow again, throw it in with the white. So we've got the pure white. I want to brighten this up again. Because this is a really bright area in the photo and there as well. Okay, and then it's quite bright there. A bit more brightness there. Quite like that. A bit more brightness on top of there. See, some of these areas are actually so small you wouldn't be able to paint them anyway. But you want to get the feel of everything, get the feel of it all. Get the feel of the landscape and the look of it. Need more of a red in this. A bit more of a red colour in this area. Start churning it up a bit. What I find a good way to get everything, get the feel of the area anyway, get the essence of it, is to simplify things. Simplify. Just paint most of what you can see. Your basic brush strokes. Try not to overdo it, which is a hard one, I think. Trying not to overdo a painting is really difficult. I'm doing a portrait at the moment in oils, and I think the same way when I do that. I don't want to overdo it. I don't want to overstate somebody's nose or overstate any body part of that you're painting. You don't want to overdo. Want some orangey colour. Got like an orangey, pinky orangey colour there, because I think that will work quite well for this base. I mean, I'm over exaggerating colour here. Soften it with my finger, get rid of the exaggeration. See? So we have like an orange glow now. And use your finger just to soften it. You can actually put a bit of water on your finger. That works quite well as well, to soften an area. So now, looking at it, looks like it needs a bit of light in areas. This has gone quite dark, really. So what I might do, just quickly go over it like this, with this thin bit of white. See, like an area there. Okay. Right, let's sort of soften that a little bit, send it back a little bit. So we don't want that to be too forward. We need to send that back so we can start putting in trees and things. Before we do that, we need to look at all of the clouds and see if we can pull any out a bit more. That's what I'm thinking now. See if I can pull any out using not that brush. Got myself a tiny little liner brush then. Now I'm thinking areas could be pulled out a bit more with either a little bit of this yellow and smaller brush. Because I want to get some of these nice little shapes in. So I'm using the this brush kind of flattening it, and it automatically does like a little bit of a round top. Okay, looks quite good. Okay, do I feel like there's anywhere that needs a bit more work, or am I happy to move on? This area could do. This cloud isn't quite dark enough for me, so I get a bit more dark. Okay. Okay. Bit of light. Bit of light on the top. Okay, I prefer that. Now I've got that, and there's another one that I want along here. Okay, I'll do my sky, I think, for now. Now I want to start putting in some trees. I get some of this green. This is emerald green. It took me a second to think of that. And you get emerald green and this red get a nice dark for that. But I don't want it to be too dark just yet. The sap green in it. Do whatever you like. I just want like a green colour, so I can start thinking about these trees in the background. Don't want to go too dark too soon. But you can see a few little trees in the background there. We can put them in. I could paint my car in there. Bit of grass there as well, isn't there? Just pull that out. Okay, and now I'm gonna just throw my green into this orangey colour. Just to soften it a little bit. Softens it just a little bit, it softens it. Okay, now we've got all sorts going on here. Bit of brown, bit of green, bit of emerald green. Just make it a bit warmer. Bit more of that. That's better. So now we can start putting in these trees, which are in front. Quite dark now. What I might do is grab some gouache colour so I can really go for it in a minute. Put some gouache, put some of that. Ugh. If I can open it. Oh god, that was tough. This is sap green. Sap green. That was one tough lump of sap green. What I also want is a bit of a bit of yellow ochre would be good. A bit of yellow ochre because there is a bit of a warmth in this area. Okay, so a bit of yellow ochre and sap green. Because I want to warm this area up. We'll use that dirty colour as well. Need it to be a bit duller. I'll put this in. Okay. Use a bit of that lavender colour and then it can darken it as well. Start using all of the colours really. Remember, we want to get progressively darker near the foreground. So put a bit more dark there. And there's a tree there. Some of that sap green, some of the yellow. The red will dull it all. The red works as a duller with your green. A bit of black, a bit more of the green. Got a nice dull colour now. Because there's a tree right here. Probably need to go a bit darker than that. See what I've got. Ah yeah, that'll do. So use black wisely. So I've got a little bit of black out. So I really want to darken this one. And there's light still hitting some of the area. Something like that. Okay. I'll leave that to dry a little bit. While that's drying, oops. I'll leave that to dry. Now we can start focusing on this side a bit. Start putting some of this green in there. Okay, get a bit of the dull colour for the base. Okay, now still need to go darker. Get a little bit of this blue again. I'm gonna start putting this tree in. Let's get a little bit of the blue, green, blue, red, and black. Put this tree in here. I'm just gonna tap it in. We can make this tree any shape we want. We don't have to do the same as the tree that we've got in the picture. We can make it bigger. Change the lighting on it now and then, here and there I should say. And there's a bit of a hedge that goes down here. And I can put that in. This old hedge. Okay. Bit of black and red. Just to dull it at the base. Okay. I was thinking about this land. It goes here. I'll take it across. We'll create another plane. So we take it across like that. Go a little bit darker. Like that. Okay. Now while we've got that, I just want to darken this tree a bit more. Just darkening it. Maybe there's another one Another tree and it's there. Okay. That is pretty much all I'm going to do, I think, for this one. Might just darken this here and there with a bit of red. Just darkening that hedge at the base. Yeah, I think that's all I want to do. What I might do for fun. A little bit of black. Maybe there's a little, a couple of little birds there. Yeah. You can pull down a few little lines if you want to create a few branches, or if you want to add in a few sticks and stuff. I kind of feel like I could create a bit of a separator on this tree that sort of goes like this. Sort of a rim light almost on that tree. Maybe on that one as well. A little bit of light just hitting around it. Not sure how that looks. Soften it a touch. Don't want it to be too bright. It will sort of melt away anyway. And a few little finishing blobs of paint. And we'll call this one finished. Hope you enjoyed this one. It's a bit of fun. Something different. The view on my way home. You could paint something easy like this. No problem. It's hard to see this side because my light's shining on it. So I can't quite tell if it's dark enough or not. But we'll do. It'll have to do. So thanks very much for watching this episode. It's a little bit of a landscape sky with a tree, a bit of background, a bit of interest. So I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you at another one. Cheers, bye.